Let's be honest for a second. When Byeon Woo Seok suddenly blows up in a drama like Perfect Crown, it feels like he just appeared out of nowhere, right? Like overnight, he becomes this prince-level heartthrob that everyone is talking about. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. His journey was actually long, messy, and full of roles that most viewers completely missed. And today, I want to talk about those underrated dramas that quietly built the actor we're obsessed with now. Because honestly, I think these hidden roles are way more interesting than the popular ones. They show the struggle, the growth, and the moments where he was still figuring himself out. And I want to know if you've actually seen any of these, or if you're just discovering them now because of his recent fame. Search, WWW. Let's start with Search. WWW. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of you didn't even realize Byeon Woo Seok was in this drama. That's how low-key his role was. He played Han Min-ju, and what's funny is that his appearance is so subtle, sometimes hidden under styling like caps, that you could literally blink and miss him. The drama itself focuses on powerful women working in the tech industry, starring Im Soo-jung, Lee Da-hee, and Jeon Hee-jin, which already makes it feel very different from the typical romance-heavy K-drama. And maybe that's part of why his role went unnoticed. The spotlight was somewhere else. But here's what I find interesting. This was one of the roles that made him fall in love with acting. Not a lead role, not even a major supporting one, but something about being part of that world clicked for him. And I think that says a lot. Sometimes it's not the big moments that define you, but the quiet ones where you realize what you actually want to do. So I'm curious, do you think actors need those small, almost invisible roles to truly grow? Or do you think breakthrough roles matter more? Joseon Marriage Agency, 2019. Next, we have Flower Crew Joseon Marriage Agency, and this is where things start to get more noticeable. Byeon Woo Seok plays Do Jun, a character who's charming, labeled as a bit of a playboy, and definitely someone who knows how to capture attention without even trying. The drama itself is set in the Joseon era and revolves around a matchmaking agency tasked with turning a commoner into a noblewoman so she can marry the king. It sounds light and fun, and it is, but there's also this underlying commentary about class and identity that makes it more than just a rom-com. The cast includes Kim Min-jae, Gong Sung-yeon, and Park Ji-hoon, and the chemistry between them really carries the show. What I personally like about Byeon Woo Seok here is that you can see his visual appeal starting to become a real asset. He's not just there, he's memorable. And fun fact, his connection with Gong Sung-yeon here becomes even more interesting later on in his career. It's like these small industry overlaps slowly build a network of relationships that keep coming back in different forms. But let me ask you this. Do you think Flower Crew deserved more attention? Or is it one of those dramas that's better as a hidden gem? Welcome to Waikiki 2, 2019. Now let's talk about Welcome to Waikiki 2, which honestly feels like one of the most overlooked appearances in his career. This drama had the pressure of living up to a very successful first season, and unfortunately, it didn't quite hit the same level of popularity. But that doesn't mean it wasn't entertaining. In fact, it's chaotic, funny, and sometimes completely ridiculous in the best way possible. Byeon Woo Seok appears in a storyline involving a love triangle alongside Moon Ga-young and Kim Seon-ho, and even though his screen time isn't massive, his role is actually pretty important to the emotional tension of that arc. What surprises me is how many people watched this drama and still didn't register his presence. It's like he was hiding in plain sight. And I think this is where timing plays a huge role in an actor's career. If he had done this after becoming famous, people would probably be obsessing over every second he appears on screen. But because it happened before, it just slipped under the radar. So here's a question for you. Do you ever go back to old dramas after an actor becomes famous and suddenly see them in a completely different light? Dear My Friends. Finally, we have Dear My Friends, and this one feels the most personal when talking about his journey. This was his debut, just a small cameo role as a character named Sun Jong-shik. And if you didn't know, before landing this, he reportedly faced over 100 rejections in auditions. Just think about that for a second. 100 times being told no. It's kind of hard to imagine when you look at him now, right? In this drama, he shares the screen with legendary actress Yeon Yoo-jung, and the story itself focuses on the lives and friendships of older adults, which is not a typical theme for mainstream K-dramas. His role is small, but it represents a starting point. And honestly, I think there's something really inspiring about that. Not in a cliché way, but in a very real, grounded way. Success didn't just happen for him. It was built slowly, through small roles, missed opportunities, and moments where he probably questioned everything. And now when people call him an overnight success, it almost feels unfair, because we know the full story, or at least, we're starting to see it. When you put all these dramas together, what you're really looking at is a timeline of persistence. From a barely noticeable cameo, to supporting roles that people overlooked, to finally becoming a leading man in a high-profile drama, it's a progression that feels earned. And I think that's why his current success hits differently. It's not just about visuals or popularity, it's about the journey behind it. But I want to hear from you. Which of these underrated dramas surprised you the most? And do you think actors like Byeon Woo Seok should revisit these types of roles again, or fully embrace their leading man era now?